Hey everyone, welcome again to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to solve a new question from Top Interview 150 question series, and the question is subsequence. So let's get jump to the question. So question states that we have been given to a string, first is s and the second one is t. We have to return true if s is a subsequence of t or false otherwise. So we have to check that the given one string is a subsequence of the other or not. Here is the definition for subsequence is that a subsequence of a string is a new string that is formed from the original string by deleting some of the characters without disturbing the relative position of the remaining character. So it is saying that in example here you can see that in A B C D E a string ACE is a subsequence, and where AEC is going to be a substring because the relative position for ACE is not changed and the relative position for AEC has been changed. So we can say that this will be a substring, but this is our subsequence. So here is a question that we have been given a string and there is another string. We have to find out that if it is a subsequence or not. So let's see how we can solve this question. So here you can see that we have taken an example where you can see that ABC is going to be our subsequence and our main string is this given string which is T. So here, as the question suggests by its definition for subsequence, what will happen that if you try to find this subsequence in this string, then we start with the first word. That means let's assume that you are starting with A. So when you find A, then you are left with the two more words. That means B and C, and this signifies that you are going to find it after B and C because it is a subsequence. Because as the definition suggests that the subsequence is going to be in the same order. That means order of the words is never going to be changed. That means in this string we have deleted some of the words and we have found one string. That is our subsequence. So this makes our question very simple. So what we can do simply is that can run a loop in this given string t, and we will try to find each and every word. So when you find first word, that means A, you move to the next string, and when you already find A, then you also move your pointer from A to B. Now what you are searching for, you are searching for B. So you check here, no, I don't find B. Now next when you move to B, you get the B. Now again what you will do, you will increase our pointer next to this C and you again try to find. Now you go to G, now you go to D, and finally you find C. So if you are able to find all this letter, that means our pointer has for this S string has also been traversed through the whole of our given string. So this signifies that we have found our subsequence in given string. So this is the approach which we are going to follow. This is a very simple approach. So let's try to code this. So let's start by taking the length for this string. So we are going to take, let's take SL for first string, and it is going to be s dot length. Next is going to be our TL, and it is going to be s t dot length. Now let's start a for loop, and starting from int I equals to 0, I less than t, TL, I plus plus, because we are traversing in this string, that means the greater one. Now, what we have to do is that we have to check if we have to take one more pointer which will be in our s because we are going to move both pointer simultaneously. So let's take one variable and let's take it as j equals to 0. So there are two pointers. First is j and second one is I. Now what we do is that we check if our s if our sj is equals to ti, then what it signifies that we have found the first letter for our subsequence. So when we find the first letter for our subsequence, what we do? We simply increase our j, that means j plus plus. This is the simple what we have to do. Now finally what we do? We check if our j is equals to what value TL. So if it is equals to SL. So if we find out that we have traversed through all the character present in our SS string, so this is going to signify that because we have taken the length of our S string equals to SL. So what we have to do, we have to simply return true. And if it is not, that means in else part, we have to return false. Okay, now let's consider one more condition. So one condition is going to be what happens if our given s, which our subsequence is going to be empty, because the empty string is also a subsequence. Because here you can see that the constant are giving the situation where our s can be equal to 0. So let's handle that. So if our, let's handle it below. So if our SL is equals to 0, we have to return true, because it will be always true, because empty string is always a subsequence. Now you can also check if your TL is less than SL. So it is not possible, so you simply return false. Now let's run this code. So it is accepted. Now let's submit this. So it is successfully submitted. So this is the question for today. So thank you all.